Welcome along then to LUTV's coverage of today's Premier League 2 clash between Newcastle United and Leeds United. It's a game between two teams at opposite ends of the table, but in the past these two have played out some great encounters. The last meeting coming in April of 2019, and Newcastle got a 3-0 win in the Premier League Cup. As for Newcastle, they're 9th in the table, 7 points from 6 matches. The Magpies have got 3 defeats in 5 and have only got 1 win in their last 5 on this home ground. So Leeds sits second, as you can see, just level on points with Middlesbrough, who do have that game in hand. But Leeds have been in good form of late, taken 13 points from 7 matches, and it's been back-to-back wins against Norwich and Crystal Palace. Joe Gelhardt getting a brace last time out as we wait for Leeds to get themselves ready for today's encounter. Another couple of games as well today. Sunderland taking on Wolves, and later this evening Fulham versus Stoke. So the league hotting up nicely. Myself, Tom Hill and Ben Parker will bring you all the action in the 1 o'clock kickoff and run you through the teams before we get Ben's opinion on the game. So we'll start with the home side. They go with Langley, Rounsfeld, Dummett, Save, Franceret, Cross, Villa, Brockwell, Trialist, Anderson and Torre. The Giants being 7 scored 10 for the Magpies. It's Swales, Brown, Flaherty and Ildaseo. For Leeds, it's Capriel, Drame, Huggins, Jenkins, Cresswell, Kenner, Dean, McKinstry, Canwer, Gelhardt and McCarran. The bench for the Whites, Danny van der Heuvel, Chris Moore, Cole Gibbon, Crescencio Somerville and Sam Greenwood. Great to see Somerville and Greenwood return to the bench today after some recent injuries, and hopefully they can come through the game should they be made available. Quickly get Ben's thoughts. We are going to have a minute silence before kick-off for Remembrance Sunday, so get Ben's thoughts on this game, Ben, and hopefully another good afternoon for Leeds.
Yeah, good afternoon, Tom. Good afternoon to everybody else. And you're right, it's a great opportunity just to build on the performance from Sunday. And again, another young team out, obviously with the first team playing tomorrow. Not more senior players involved, but for this group of young players, they'll be full of confidence and a great opportunity to push towards the top of that table.
Yeah, so fingers crossed that the Whites can get the job done. So just a quick one on the changes. Canwer and McCarran come in for Casey and McMillan. As I say, we are going to have a minute's silence before kick-off.
Lord to remembrance, they shall not grow old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them.
Action not too far away there between these two. Again, a reminder of the Leeds team. It is Capriel, Drame, Huggins, Jenkins, Cresswell, Kenner, Dean, McKinstry, Canwer, Gelhardt and McCarran. Spoke earlier, Ben, about the fact it's great to see Greenwood and Somerville back. It's also good to see Bobby Canwer going to be back in the team leading the line as well, and Liam McCarran with a chance to start as well. So 2 opportunities for those two to impress, and I'm sure if needs be, the subs are ready on the bench.
Yeah, with Bobby Canwer, he's almost kind of the forgotten man. The 2 kind of forward players in Gelhardt and Greenwood, they're grabbing the headlines early part of this season. But it's great to see Bobby Canwer. He finished kind of pre-lockdown quite strong, getting on the score sheet, some good performances from him as well, and he's looking to hit the ground running. But with McKinstry, we're seeing him operate on the wide areas. He's got the number 8 on, so bit more defensive kind of duties, but is part of his game getting forward, supporting Bobby Canwer. That'll be important. Don't leave him isolated today.
Yeah, fingers crossed he has a big performance, as do the rest of the Leeds United team, as we are just waiting for Canwer to get this game underway, which he will do with the right boot. And Jack Jenkins playing in the number 4 shirt today. A fabulous couple of weeks for him in terms of the performance he's produced for Leeds. It will be Cannon and Cresswell who will start the game at centre half. Newcastle just clear this one out for a throw-in. Good to see Cody Drameh and Charlie Cresswell, by the way, called into the latest Young Lions squad. Another reward for their hard work in the last few weeks and months, as Gelhardt just wins the ball back for Leeds, and McCarron, it will fall back to Gelhardt. He's got options to play it out to the right. He will use it. It is with Dean, who shot. He is blocked, didn't get the required power on it, but Leeds do well. Jenkins with a timely interception. Gelhardt will try and take his way through them. Is the free kick going to come? It is. He did look to be upended, Ben. The left legs was kicked up in the air, and really good start this for Leeds. It's inside the first minute, and Joe Gelhardt doing what Joe Gelhardt does.
Exactly, I was just about to say exactly the same thing. Fighting for possession, nightmare for defenders. But you mentioned Jack Jenkins. Each performance we've been saying seems to be getting better and better. Early part there, winning the second balls, that's key for a holding midfield player. Just keeping the pressure on. Dangerous area just after the first minute as well.
Yeah, so Leeds do have to try and get past this rather tall 4-man wall. The referee just getting them in position. Newcastle obviously quite worried by this. They have just brought the trialists back into the wall. That would make it a 5-man wall now. Max Dean's just given the Leeds a little bit of an advantage, a little nudge to try and put them off. So can Gelhardt get it over? There's a couple of players ready to pounce should it be deflected into their path. Lots of organising for Newcastle to do. Will be Gelhardt to try and line this one up. He scored a brace last time. He's had a great season so far for Leeds. Can him give Leeds a great advantage here? It goes in towards goal, just kisses the crossbar. It's really unlucky, and it has been given as a corner. And a very, very impressive effort again, Ben.
Vital, that little flick just off the wall. You mentioned the height of it. You can see two of the guys on the wall. The height of the Newcastle kind of defenders stood on the 6-yard box waiting for this corner to come in, and it needed that flick. Just brushed the top of the bar. Great effort.
Gelhardt lurking at the edge of the box. He will make a late run to the far post. It's going to be up towards Kenner. Newcastle try and bring it clear, and Jenkins, Drameh, and now Huggins at left back will try and bring it forward. Drameh went with a bit more of an ambitious pass. Newcastle will bring it away, and into midfield they come. Again, Gelhardt goes to scrap and win the ball back, and he's just going to play it nice and gently out to Huggins. Got a bit of space. Good ball in behind for Dean. Sorry, McCarron, should I say. McCarron's got the chance. It's a lovely turn. Huggins to the byline, across the face of goal. Unlucky from Leeds' point of view, and it's a different dynamic having McCarron in the team. He's more of a left-footed player. McKinstry has played left wing for the last few weeks, and we know he likes to cut inside. As Cresswell goes to the up and under, and Bobby Campbell's just going to chase this one into the corner. But a nice, pleasant start for Leeds. They've gone very close with their first effort here from Gelhardt. As Ben said, very, very important flick that's just turned it over. But Matt Jackson will be pretty pleased, Ben, with what you've seen so far.
Yeah, it's firmly on top. All the players kind of towards the Newcastle goal. Like I say, just winning the second balls like we're doing there. Hunting in packs, really tight. The pitch looks tight as well compared to, especially at 4 Parch, where the dimension is exactly the same as Ellen Road, and Ellen Road is a big pitch. And if it is going to be a tighter pitch than normal, it's key fighting them second balls, and you win possession. Can you move it early? First 3 or 4 minutes, that's certainly what we have done.
Yeah, good chance to test themselves, Leeds, against some Premier League experienced players in Henry Survey and Paul Dummett. Young Dean against Dummett will be a good battle, and of course we know he's full of confidence and a player that never shies out of any challenges or tries to make his way towards the box. That's good work from the right-hand side, this time from Rodrigo Villa. Jenkins with another interception. That's a couple of tackles now he's put in when he needs to, and now he tries to wrestle away, but he's been beaten to this opportunity. Drameh's cut his way across, and now Leeds under pressure. It's with Torre. Into the box he goes. You can see the moisture on the pitch on that far side isn't helping Newcastle's matters. It helped Leeds, slowed it play down a little bit. Dummett. Drameh puts pressure on Torre. Torre tries to turn him, but again, as Ben mentioned, his close one-on-one defending Cody Drameh. He's certainly been the pick of the bunch this season. And Jenkins again, very good tackle. Now Leeds trying to release Camber down the right-hand side, and doesn't put everything into that run. Camber, he knows he's going to lose the possession, so tries to check his run. Keeper almost plays them into a little bit of trouble. Ludwig Franchilet out to the right now for Rounsfell. And Cresswell jumps up, tries to unsettle the Newcastle line as Cresswell nips in with a second tackle. This time the referee says that is a free kick. But yeah, been busy at the doors. Jenkins bent a couple of good covering runs to watch that back line. It's certainly a game, I think you pointed out, through the middle. That looks like it's going to be very congested in there today.
Yeah, it's very tight. But as I mentioned, with Jack Jenkins, that's the part of the role. Got number 4 on his back. We've seen him the last couple of weeks operate as a number 8, more box to box, getting forward every possibility, but today more defensive minded. And those little interceptions are so vital. It might not seem too much, but just stops the flow of Newcastle, wins possession for us, and hopefully we can use that for a counter attack then.
Newcastle in possession with Domiti. Can't keep the ball in play though. Coming back to Kenner, who had a great return to the team last time out against Crystal Palace, helped Leeds get to that 4-1 victory. Really good performance from him. As Cresswell keeps the ball in play. Nice curling ball to McCarron. Potential handball, nothing given. Amazing footwork from McCarron. He's managed to get out of a really sticky spot looking for Huggins, and perhaps just one touch too many. Maybe had to release it a little earlier. But in terms of what he managed to do to keep possession, very, very impressive. And hopefully he gets a run in the team. We saw him have a good 10-15 game spell last season, Ben, and he really settled very well after his move. So fingers crossed this is the same for him this year.
Yeah, and sometimes when we've seen the young players coming into the new PL2 campaign, it might take 2 or 3 games to go up to scratch, but it's Bright and another player as well just before lockdown really coming into his own. A few strong performances from himself as well, so the competition's healthy, especially in those wide areas, so he'll know today is a great chance just to put himself in the frame and the mind of Mark Jackson.
Yeah, Leeds with a strong challenge. McKinstry has bundled one of the Newcastle players over in the middle of the park. And Anderson thumped to the floor. Saive stood over this, takes it pretty quickly. Referee happy for them to play that, even though he wasn't looking. Gelhardt kicks the Newcastle player into the far stand, but manages to just duck out at the last second. Torre again. Drama's going to have his hands full if he has to keep turning and twisting to stop him. And Leeds will get the goal kick. Cresswell's pass easily read, easily telegraphed, but he's made amends. He's gone in and nips the ball away from the Newcastle player. Now he points down the line to Huggins, who takes it in his stride. He's got McCarron trying to burst into the forward position. Laid off to Canwa. Gelhardt's lurking. Gelhardt, can he get to goal? He tries with the right foot. Ultimately, Joe Gelhardt having to use the right. He did the right thing though, Ben, as Jenkins gives a free kick away. I think if he'd have stopped in his tracks, Gelhardt, to try and turn onto his left, the momentum would have gone, but he's just unlucky with the deflection. I think
he was unlucky falling onto his right, because when he was coming onto the ball, I just thought hit it first time, and I'm pretty sure if he was on his stronger left foot, he would have done that. Opted to take that extra touch, tried to set himself, got the block in, but again, run the front foot. Great little build-up play down the left-hand side with Niall Huggins, again operating at left-back. Started on Sunday at left-back, but as second half approached, moved further forward, out wide into midfield. So we all know a big part of Niall Huggins' game is getting forward. And that's what Charlie Cresswell will try and just release him quite early down the side.
Yeah, quick 1-2 with Jenkins and Cresswell, and Huggins will have to just stay back for a little bit to McCarron. Has to be alert. That hit the hand of the Newcastle player. Villa. Referee says nothing. Out to Torre. Torre's looking back, looking for Saive. Here into Anderson again. Drama can't bring him under control for now. He has to get back and watch out. Here comes Dummett into the box, across the face. Gabriel gets a hand to it. It's a decent touch as well, because it forces Newcastle wide and away from goal. Back into the box, and Cresswell covers. And the fact that he's just giving him a quick tap, as Gabriel probably suggests, he probably didn't have that fully covered the keeper, and Cresswell had to deal with it, Ben.
Yeah, he did, and you mentioned a brief moment ago about Curry Drama and Torre's kind of battle. That's going to be really key. Torre looks sharp, looks lively, he's twisting and turning. but Cody Drameh followed him all the way in, but then it's up to Max Steen just to stay with Dummett, the overlapping fullback. Just fell to sleep a little bit. You just can't do that in a wide area, especially the experience with Dummett. Good save though.
Yeah, corner. Camera's got the near post. Runners covered. If he keeps his awareness, Huggins at the near post, but they've tried to go to the edge of the 6-yard box. That'll be hooked clear by McKinstry. Good work from Huggins, concedes the throw-in, but Newcastle were on the attack again with Anderson, who, in that number 10 shirt, he is pretty much in a bit of a free roll. He's dropping a little deeper, trying to drag the midfielder Jenkins with him. He has predominantly stayed on the right-hand side, though, if he can just cut his run a bit into the middle as the defence goes back into the goalkeeper Langley. That was Francelet going back to him. Now Francelet gets it back. Jenkins and Huggins work the ball into Cresswell. Cresswell's touch needed to be a bit stronger, and he manages to get through the tackle. Huggins is clipped. Newcastle will concede the free kick, but Charlie Cresswell never shy to get on the ball, does love to try and carry it out of defence and pick the pass. And a very lively start so far. As Villa will get a little warning. Perhaps a bit too strong in the challenge, didn't need to be that overzealous to say it's so early in the game, and Huggins was on his way past. Let's take the free kick to Cresswell, and Gabriel was offering his services. Eventually at the second attempt, Cresswell goes and uses him. A little bit like Palace, Ben, that Newcastle's pressure isn't exactly, well, it's non-existent really, to be honest, in the Leeds half when they've got the ball last couple of times, but you can see they're a very well organised outfit, and I do think you're right about the Torre and Drameh battle. I think Anderson's looking pretty lively as well. I think 12 minutes in, it's now settling down to a bit more of an even contest. Yeah,
it has. I'd probably say it's gone a little bit more kind of frantic, a bit more end-to-end. After our bright start, Newcastle certainly come back into the half themselves. It's just important, if they do sit off us around the back, don't force the pass, keep it nice and simple, move it quick. I thought that's what we did ever so well against Crystal Palace on Sunday, just moving the ball 1-2 touch, not giving time for him to settle into the formation, the system.
Yeah, McCarron just can't keep it under control. Save intercepts. Huggins does the same. McKinstry's touch will take him straight though forward, and now Torre running in on goal. He's turned Drameh. Now can Cresswell get the block? He can't, but it's gone wide, and Leeds United survive there as it hit the post. In fact, yeah, it had. I thought it just kissed the outside of that wheel, but it hits the post. So Leeds survive a very nervous moment, put the ball down. And Torre is the main attacking threat for Newcastle. There's nothing to say, Ben, that Cody Drameh can't start to adapt, and it's just a very neat turn, and he's very hard to read whether it's left or right. He keeps mixing it up.
Yeah, change of direction so sharp. Nightmare that is for defenders. You can see the dew, as you mentioned, on the pitch. I'm sure they've watered it beforehand as well, so getting your foot in as a defender's so difficult as well. But it's just the turnovers. Just got to be careful. Don't be sloppy. Don't be lazy in possession around the halfway line, because they can punish you.
You've got to be careful in the transitions as Huggins tries to go past his man. Referee suggests it's a free kick to Newcastle. The Magpies player just got the right side, and that was George Rounsfelt. It's a good point Ben makes, that Leeds, when they're trying to pile forward, can't overcommit. They then return from attack to defence. It is a Newcastle team that are trying to counter. As I say, they haven't had the greatest of runs of late. They've lost their last two to West Brom and Reading. He's also tasted defeat to the Royals. Drameh gets the better of Torre, but again he tries to use his strength. Drameh stands up to it, and now he beats him. He's having his shirt pulled. Referee should be given the free kick and will, and I think Drameh's clipped Torre with a frailing arm and apologises for it.
I'll tell you what, can you remember the old school fashion player cam? I'd certainly be focusing on those two. The battle's so good. This time Drameh comes out on top. And for Drameh as well, he's just been recently called up into the England under-20 squad, his second call up for Lee Carsley's side, so he'll be full of confidence, and why not? I think it's been excellent so far in the campaign for us.
Yeah, it's another big test for him to learn and develop this game so far. If Torre does stay on and continues in the same form, he kind of gets the ball forward, and it's a ambitious pass. It was past Camwell. Hasn't had too many touches so far, but not really his fault. It has been a game that Leeds early doors did go down the flanks. Caswell to Caprile, who's just going to launch this one away. He doesn't want to take any risks. Newcastle coming forward. Kennett nutmeg, but he manages to stand the Newcastle player up and at the second attempt take it from him. And now it's worked out to Dean. Dean's got a little bit of space to manoeuvre into. Goes to Gelhardt. Leeds trying to stretch them. It was unlucky that camera pulled wide. Jenkins nips in. It's a beautiful ball out to the right hand side. Leeds can try and put bodies into the box. McKinstry floats it to the far post. Headed back in by Huggins, and Ransfeld has to deal with this and launches it long towards the dugout. Cresswell turns his man, and the referee suggests it was a Newcastle call. The trial is getting the nod, but there is some good battles forming out there. I think Jenkins has got the better of the middle of midfield so far. Huggins is getting into some good positions. Interesting to see Camwell pull a bit further wide, Ben, to maybe try and get away from the two powerful centre-half. The number 5 Francelet certainly looks like he's got his match in the air, so try to use his pace in other areas of the pitch.
Yeah, that's a big part of Bobby Camwell's kind of play, drifts into those little channels in between full-backs and centre-halves, just waiting for that ball to be released into the channel. And like I said, he can use his pace, use his power. But that was the kind of first real time we're just seeing a transition. Snow and Kenner just made a silly challenge, doesn't need to kind of do that. But moments prior, that was kind of the first time we're just seeing the transition go into a counter-attack. But dangerous moment now. You see that, you mentioned the height of Newcastle's defenders. I'm sure they'll be going forward from here, just trying to put a ball into a dangerous area. So, as we always kind of say, Tom, defensively, keep a high line, keep your shape, don't drop in, just communicate.
Yeah, it's Anderson that's trying to take the free kick for Newcastle as Magpies player gets to his feet now. Brockwell stood in the Gelhardt. Two-man wall, Huggins and Camwell. The worst position for a shot. Very awkward though, crossing position in terms of getting it up, and enough power for a teammate to attack it. He tries to be a bit cuter. He's got plenty of options as Anderson floats it to the far post. Gelhardt whips his foot through it and clears. Anderson seems to try to tell one of the Newcastle players how to stand, and Camwell goes in and gets the ball back. Great strength from Bobby Camwell. Plays it to McCarran. McCarran should have given it back, and Newcastle will try and break. McCarran wanted a free kick, and Torre's got goal side of Drame for the time being. Drame now tries to jock in, stand him up, but the shot takes a deflection, and Caprile under control gets with it and now balls it back out for Drame, who does have his work cut out defensively today, but he will feel if Torre gets lazy. He can get in behind him and maybe try and stretch the play, take the sting out of his moves. I thought Cameron was a bit unlucky there, really. Did all the hard work, and perhaps on a different day could have got a free kick, and just unfortunate McCarran took the wrong turn.
Yeah, he did excellent. And from McCarran's point of view, just release him, because like I said, Bob Cameron's done the hard part, looking after the ball, been nice and strong, been that focal point as you want your number 9 to be.
I think he's just said it to him there, Ben, about Bobby Cameron. Just telling McCarran to play that ball a bit quicker. A little bit of a discussion, and they've moved on from the incident as Drame tries to spin the ball to the far post. Dean, he's unlucky. Dummett will hook it clear. Anderson's going to chase this. Great tackle, Noah Kenner. Now gives Leeds an opportunity to attack themselves. Huggins. Cam's got to stay on side. The two just miscommunicate, and the ball is far too strong, but Cam was quick, and he gets past his man. It's back to Huggins. Very tight space and tight control needed, but that's not what Leeds can do. And Anderson across to Villa. Out to Dummett for Newcastle on the left-hand side. Still goalless, nearly 20 minutes into this game, and it has been a nice even contest. Technically, Ben, there's been no room for mistakes for anybody. Once one of these players on the pitch is making a poor first touch or a badly timed pass, the opposition's straight on it. So Very hard to split the two so far.
It's almost like cliche before you start any football match. Where's the key areas? You always say midfield. Can you win the midfield battle? Well, Joe Gellhart still won that battle there. Cheeky little nutmeg.
Brilliant from Gellhart. Outmuscled his man, then nutmegs him. Saive goes past. Now Gellhart goes to pick the ball up. Saive's going to come and try and get revenge, but he goes past him. Cuts the ball across goal. Here's McCarron. Goes for goal. Brilliant. McCarron thumps it into the top corner, but Joe Gellhart again. Fabulous work, and Jenkins will go across to praise him. He wins the ball back. He nutmegs his man, and then he goes and makes the run. Plays it to McCarron, who fires it into the top corner. Newcastle United 0, Leeds United 1.
Yeah, McCarron's the goal scorer, but the architects, and it's all down to Joe Gellhart. The strength to win possession, as we were just talking about, winning that midfield battle, certainly did. Cheeky little nutmeg, gets the ball back, and then that's when he's at his dangerous. Drives into the box, as we can see here. Don't go for those. Little nutmeg, close your legs, but then he's alive. That's what I like about Joe Gellhart. It's just not stood observing his pass, thinking he's done the hard work, driving into the box, but has the quality, picks out McCarron via a little deflection. You have to say it's a ruthless finish though, into the roof of the net. Fantastic start, 1-0.
Yeah, very good point about the finish, Ben. It really is thumped into that top corner, and taken some save from the keeper to stop that from going in, as Kenner with another timely step up in defence. Gellhart's trying to get the ball off Saive, who will be a little bit frustrated. The involvement in that goal. Gellhart goes in for a second piece of him and he wins it back again. Saive moaning at a free kick, and the referee's not going to give that. Gellhart again with Canwa. Leeds unlucky there, looking for Dean. And Newcastle decide to just go back to basics and go back to the keeper. Jenkins again, running up the sleeves and fighting with it. Anderson's done well to take the ball from him, and now Newcastle will break. The ball with the Tralis now on the right hand side. He's got Villa bursting into a good position. Huggins gets across. It's out towards Toure. Drame trying to stand him up, and he does wait for that miscontrol. It's the first time Toure has perhaps miscontrolled the ball. McCarron runs straight into traffic though, but there is Cresswell to make amends. Cresswell's looking only one way, and it's out towards Dean, and Dean's managed to spring the offside trap. He's got the chance to go past his man and brought to the ground. Can Dean flick it? Oh, he can to McKinstry. Gets back to his feet, looking to try and swing the cross in towards the edge of the box. Gellhart will be trying to pick up the pieces. Gellhart spins one way. This time does run into trouble. Joe Gellhart doesn't allow the Newcastle player to get away from him. He is frustrated with himself. Just don't think Leeds had enough width for Gellhart to pick the pass. He looked for it, Ben, but decided against it, and once he delayed it, again, that's that point I made earlier, that once one of these players has that second thought, someone's straight on them like a flash trying to put them under pressure.
But all of a sudden we're just starting to find a little bit of pockets of space in the final third now. It's been tight, it's been congested for the first 22-23 minutes, but that goal just seemed to little open spaces up. Charlie Cresswell, great diagonal ball into Max Dean, then won the second ball with Joe Gellhart in that little pocket of space. The longer the game develops and we're still leading, we'll find more and more of that space, so it's important we do take advantage of that.
Yeah, just seeing Ludwig Francedet, the Newcastle number 5, just trying to suggest to the strikers that he wants to try and play these balls over the top. Let's see if that's a tactic they do use, as Cresswell gets to the ball. Can't keep it in, but he has just going to try and take his time to make his way back into the left centre-half position. Is he given a free kick? Yeah, I think he... No, sorry, thrown on that far side. I just thought for a second he'd handled it, Cresswell, but game goes on. Cresswell just pushes his man out. The referee said it's another free kick. Anderson complaining. Cresswell will probably enjoy the fact that he's getting into the Newcastle players' heads. Anderson again. Cresswell trying to stay touch tight. Shot's going to come in, and Leeds will take that all day in terms of where that shot's gone. Maybe not the fact that it is a effort from range. Matt Jackson will like to see a bit more pressure. 25 minutes or so gone. Newcastle United 0, Leeds United 1. If you've just tuned in and you've only just missed a goal, 21st minute, Joe Gellhart's cross for Liam McCarron, which was fired into the back of the net. As here is Gellhart again. McCarron lets it, just about gets the touch to Huggins. Huggins is going to float it, looking for the far post. Here comes Dean. Oh, he's unlucky. He's really unlucky, and a big thumbs up from Max Dean. Met it with real power, timed it really nicely, but it's one of those where you just needed to maybe shin that ball or hit it with his knee, but he's actually taken the lever off it, Ben, and That's really unlucky, but what a ball from Huggins again.
Well, if you need some tips on how to shin a ball, I'm sure me and you can go teach him a thing or two about that. But you could see right behind Niall Huggins, you're just thinking, put the pass into that area. He certainly did that. But every time you're on the slide, you're on the stretch, it's so difficult to kind of control the ball where you want it to go. Whether it was a shot trying to put it across the face of the goal, only Max Dean will know, but great build-up play.
Yeah, really impressive again from Leeds, and starting to just up the ante a little bit, go through the gears, and Cameron will put Francelet under pressure. Tries to force the looping pass and does, and Ransfell's a bit lucky. He trods on the ball, falls over, and Anderson's past Jenkins again, having a really good game, Jack Jenkins, and it's more today on the defensive side of things. It's normally what we see him charging, spraying the pass out with that right foot of his, but today defensive work. He's got more to do here with Cresswell as Torre picks it up just in the edge of the box. Little back heel to Anderson. Capriel gets down and saves it really well again. The Leeds will always know this league is tough. They've already learnt their lessons early in the season. They were 2-0 up against Wolves. Reading were a team that never went away and eventually got the victory. Even Crystal Palace for a spell on last week were fighting it out. So even at 1 or 2-0, Leeds can't afford to let their guard down. But the way Newcastle are playing suggests they really do have a attacking outlet. Huggins goes over the top. He's looking for the run of McKinstry. Nice idea, but just too much power on that. And it will be a goal kick.
That's a good point you made, Tom, about even if you won 2-0 ahead, you can't switch off. The two main threats for Newcastle, we spoke about Torre, Anderson as well. They seem to be their two best players. They happen to be in attacking positions, but we've turned the ball over high up the pitch here.
Yeah, Dummett with a lazy touch. Driving to McKinstry. He's going to float this ball in. Oh, it's a really good ball. A header. Oh, what a diving header it is. And McCarron has fired it into the far corner. And he's got two. Beautiful ball into the penalty spot. And he dives towards goal. And a bit of a muted celebration at first. But Liam McCarron has two. And Leeds 2-0 up inside 27 minutes.
There's almost a bit of shock on his face, whether he's expecting the flag to go up, because he just found himself in acres of space. Middle of goal, 6-7 yards out. And there's a great header, but a great cross from McKinstry. It's almost like a pass. He just drilled it with his laces, pinpoint. And it's fair to McCarron. You've seen a lot of people in that position where you have so much time, you kind of mishead it. Did it on that occasion, found the back of the net. We mentioned 1-0s. You have to be careful of the scoreline. Or 2-0, you can start to relax a little bit now and express yourself.
Yeah, Leeds still have plenty of time as well to perhaps put this game further in their favour. Inside this first half, there's still a long time to go as Leeds get the throw in. Taking 2-0 and Kenner. And Kenner goes across to Cresswell. Kenner to Gallagher, who's going to try and turn his way past Saive. He's run into trouble though. That was Brockwell that stopped him. Here comes Cresswell though to save the day. Cresswell piling forward. He's got Huggins on the left. McCarron's in the box looking for a hat-trick. Huggins is going to use him as a decoy runner. Goes down. Referee is going to point to the penalty spot as he is. And he's wasn't his standing leg that he took out. It was the leg he was about to blast the ball towards goal with. Bit of an argument here between Gallagher and Canwer. Now McKinstry's trying to take control. And well, Bobby Canwer's not played for several weeks, but Charlie Cresswell is going to try and call rank here, and he is. And well, first of all, we hope Niall Huggins is okay, because he hasn't been able to shake off that problem. So Joe Gallagher is going to take this penalty. As Ben said, they're going to play with freedom. It lasted a minute, Ben, before we got another chance for a goal. That's the most exciting thing. But plenty of action here. First of all, I think it was a penalty. Do you agree? And what do you think to the little debate between the strikers?
It's always quite funny when you have that debate. Always find it staggering, because you know these things before a game. Well, every game I played, I certainly knew who the penalty taker was, and I was nowhere near it, by the way. But the main kind of problem at the moment is Niall Huggins is still down. They can be so sore, those ones where you're about to take the shot, so your full force is coming through with the striking action of your leg, and the defender puts his leg there, puts his studs in the way, and you just smash into that. So it can be an ankle injury, it can be a knee injury, just how you charge your leg. So the big thing at the moment, if Niall Huggins is going to be fit, hope he can continue, because as soon as he received that pass there, we knew from watching him, he's right-footed, he's an attacking minded, he's not a real out-and-out left-back, but getting in those situations 1v1 is going to cut onto his right foot. And look, Joe Gellhart is always going to take the penalty. Bobby Camwell, I like the effort, the endeavour to try and take it away from him, but Joe Gellhart scored last week from the spot. He's going to be firmly on him.
Yep, so Gellhart will be ready to take it. It does look like Niall Huggins is going to be at least fit enough to continue for the time being. And just past the half-hour mark, Leeds United have the chance to go and get 3. And what has been a really impressive first half display. So Gellhart against Dan Langley. We know he will go left-footed. Gellhart steps up, and it is into the far corner, and Joe Gellhart's scoring run continues. Leeds in real control here in the northeast. Newcastle United 0, Leeds United 3.
Emphatic penalty. The keeper's gone the right way, but just the power, the precision, keeper's no chance. And you have to say, Joe Gellhart again, he's been such a standout player in this campaign, deserves his goal. He's already set one up, finds the back of the net on this occasion from the spot. You have to say 3-0. Don't feel sorry for Newcastle now. Can you be ruthless? And I mean ruthless, keeping a clean sheet and also trying to add to the scoreline.
Yeah, really good camaraderie between the players, and I think made a good point before the penalty was taken, Ben, that I want to see the number 9 that's been injured try to take the penalty and try and cause a bit more unsettling with the penalty taker. He wants to score a goal, it's for his own confidence. Cresswell calling Rank as skipper and saying, no, we know the hierarchy, and go and get a goal yourself if you can. So Joe Gellhart's scoring run continues, and the never-ending highlight reel, of course, of his work so far this season as Newcastle try and come forward. The better of Huggins into the edge of the box for Villa, across the face. Kenner gets a touch, Drame gets a more meaningful one. So 3 goals for Leeds, 21st minute, 27th minute, 29th minute. It's been a 10 minutes turning of the tape as Villa gets the ball, takes a deflection. Newcastle will get the call.
The students seem to be happy about something here.
He's got a job to do. Got a job to do to collect those balls and keep them behind the dugouts. Newcastle, now they're missing a ball.
Well, the steward had one behind the corner flag. Why did he just throw in that one?
This game's had everything so far.
Or they're just trying to slow the play down?
Well, you want to think from Newcastle's perspective, they want the ball down the field as quickly as possible. Leeds will be too bothered by this. Anderson takes it towards the near post, and it's in, and it is a free header, and Leeds from a set piece will be bitterly disappointed with that. It looks as if it is Yannick Touré that's headed into the bottom corner, and from my first view of it, Ben, he looked like he had a free header, and Mark Jackson is not going to be happy that somebody so powerful, or anybody really of any size, has the chance for a free header from a corner.
It's just so poor, so sloppy. You're right, Mark Jackson will be pulling his hair out, because for the first 33 minutes we've been great to watch. The 3 goals all in quick succession, and I said be ruthless, and being ruthless is keeping a clean sheet. That's what we need to get towards. And I know you can switch off in games, especially in the first half. You're 3-0 up, but to switch off from a set piece when you're on your heels, you're not really attacking the ball, that was so disappointing to watch.
Yeah, so Leeds now have a chance to make amends immediately by going and get a 4th, and giving the ball away again. Touré gets to it first. Dean gets the deflection, and it was from Dummett's clearance, headed up and away by Newcastle. Gellhart again, great first touch. Good recovery from Newcastle, and trying to put 2 men on him there to try and dispossess him. Drame again with Touré. Touré tries to play the pass to Villa and has done so. Drame's not left him alone there, he's followed his run. I know Leeds have the man-marking tactic to try and watch their runners. Dummett comes forward. Max Dean with a rather impressive tackle to stop the play. It's not in the letter to the law there, so he has to give the free kick, the referee, as Anderson now has Jenkins to try and get past. Jenkins tries to stand him up, force him wide. Anderson gives him a quick nudge. Jenkins comes back for a second bite, and the referee suggests it is a goal kick, which Leeds will take. 10 minutes to go.
Just about got away with that one, did Jack Jenkins. Stuck to his task well there.
Yeah, we'll take it, but it did look like he had clipped the Newcastle player, but we'll move on as Leeds try to get the ball with Cresswell. He wants to run it to drop a little deeper as he fires the ball looking for Camwer. Good work from McCarron, who has a spring in his step. He's going to charge to go and get that ball and keep it in play, and Ransford tries to stand him up, and it's great work from Liam McCarron. That's what 2 goals does for your confidence. Ivey with Gelhardt. Gelhardt giving him a quick nudge. Cresswell challenging with Anderson. Anderson again now. Great feet. Gelhardt flies into the tackle. It's a strong one. Newcastle's players are not happy at the power involved in that tackle, and was perhaps a little over the top from Joe Gelhardt, but again, that's the side of the game that you can't really take out of him. He's a player that plays with confidence, but he will also defensively more than happily fly into a tackle. Yeah,
exactly. You don't want to take that part away from his game, because like what makes him such a good player he is. All I would say is just don't go off the ground going behind from the challenge with 2 feet. But no, I just love to watch him play. It's so good to see. Yeah, Drame wins the ball back. Leeds can now counter. McKinstry goes low and hard looking for Camwer on the penalty spot. McKinstry's got Huggins to his left. Goes up to Camwer. Camwer's dispossessed by Francelet, and now Saive hits the referee. And of course the rules the last few months, referee has to bring the game to a stop and let Newcastle retake this. Works in Leeds' favour, to be honest, because they were on the counter. Dummett slipped. He's not had a great time of it down that left-hand side recently. A couple of misplaced touches, and they've tried to attack him. Cam was punished for a foul on Francelet, while trying to get under his skin and put him under pressure from a high header. Here is Saive, nearly runs into Gelhardt again, and Gelhardt will go back to try and put Saive under pressure. And if you're just joining us here on LUTV, Liam McCarron's got 2. Joe Gelhardt scored from the penalty spot, and Newcastle have scored through Yannick Touré. Well, it's been a thrilling first 37 minutes so far. Up to Anderson. Continues to be a thorn on Leeds' side, but Jenkins stays with him. Doesn't give him a moment's peace. Another very impressive tackle from Jack Jenkins, but this is where Leeds conceded last time, from this exact corner spot.
Have you?
Header towards the near post, and Newcastle are disappointed. Leeds have got the last touch to it though. Cresswell just double checking with the coaching staff about the marking plan for Newcastle. Anderson again, similar sort of area, another header for Newcastle, and Leeds will be really disappointed the fact that they're getting away from them. As McCarron from Camwer's pass, McCarron has to release it. He's caught late. Referee tries to give the ball out towards McKinstry. He's going to let the game go. He is. More forward for Saive, and it's starting to be a bit more stretched this game, Ben. Newcastle perhaps getting the better of it the last couple of minutes. Of course, the goal's given them a bit of a lift, but you were a little bit nervous towards the side of me there as that header came in, because it was a nervous moment.
I just want to know what we're doing in regard of who's picking who up, who's in the zonal marking on the 6-yard box. Just like everyone's waiting for one another to take control of that situation.
Yeah, Cresswell. Gelhardt picks up the loose pass, tries to play it back. Touré gets to it first, and again Newcastle will try and counter. Always keeping the tries, and Anderson up top, and it is Anderson and Touré that have caused the most problems, as Ben mentioned earlier in the game. That's a poor touch there from the Magpies. This throw will give Leeds a chance to reset for a second or two. Francelet and Campbell, that's another good battle. It's 2 very powerful players. Francelet's got the height advantage. Karen's in a bit of space. Poor marking from Newcastle. Karen tries to use Huggins and skip past him. It will be a Newcastle United throw-in. See Crescencio Somerville warming up. A couple of the other Leeds subs are out there as well. Runs fell down the line. It's going to bounce out for a throw-in. But again, it's a really good test this for Leeds. And we mentioned this last few weeks with Sam Greenwood out with an injury. Of course, he is on the bench today. We hope to see him. If not, I'm sure it'll be in a couple of weeks' time, but in his absence, Leeds have managed to find other goal scorers, worked well as a team, but to be 3-1 up against a very tough and organised Newcastle outfit, and to have your centre forward that was the top scorer the first few weeks on the bench is a lovely little headache for Mark Jackson.
Certainly is. Great footwork from McCarron here. Fortunately just gives the ball away. But no, with Sam Greenwood back in the northeast. We all know what he did last time he came to this part of the woods.
It was quite a good performance, wasn't it?
He was all right.
Just a hat-trick against his former club as Newcastle with Villa skipping away. Good work from Cresswell. That's pass though is a wayward up to Torre. Drame again, touch tight, trying to stop him. Anderson, a bit too much space for him. Leeds need to try and close him down. He's turned Huggins, he's gone for goal, and he just can't wrap his foot around the ball. And you can see Eli Carpil is just giving his team a bit more of a talking to. We're in no rush with the steward behind the goal to get that ball back. So we are going to get a bit more of a delay, but these little delays should be quite good for Leeds, just to try and the coaching staff to get the word to the players. I'm not saying they look worried, but there's a few more little arguments between them as Newcastle have a few more efforts on goal.
And we're just playing ourselves into trouble, really, because being 3-0 up, cruising, in control of the match. Well, again, mentioned game management. We should just be at least get into half-time 3-0 up. But all that goals was just giving Newcastle that little bit of hope, made us a bit nervy, and we don't need to be.
Yeah, no, and Kenner tries to calm things down with a nice tackle and then passed forward. McKinstry, Dean trying to spring the offside trap. He hasn't done so. Leeds have missed it. McCarron from there, we're disappointed, but we'll let him off. He's offside, and it wasn't have counted anyway. Dean did set off a little early. Ben spotted it straight away. Not sure if the players in training will let Liam McCarron forget about that too quickly, though.
It's one of those as he's jogging back, he's like, look guys, I knew I was offside. I'm just trying to time waste by booting the ball away. But that was my excuse anyway.
Were you ever that far forward?
Oh no, not without a nosebleed anyway.
Newcastle under a bit more pressure with Cresswell, a potential high boot. And the referee's going to punish McKinstry again there. Henry Saive is just trying to up the ante for Newcastle. I've noticed a few times he's taken a few quick free kicks. It's the experience he brings to the fold as Torre gets it to Villa. Nice bit of play from Villa again. Good tracking though from Huggins. Gets a touch to it. Villa gets a touch fortunate and back into Torre once more. Torre is going to go from range and Gabriel more than a match to that. Brings it under control. And just assesses that his team need to just calm down. He likes the centre-backs to push wide, and it is Cresswell now in possession with a couple of minutes left of this first half. Huggins into trouble, but he gets the throw in. Anderson stops him from falling over. It's been another good battle, and Anderson's just pulled in off the right flank. Huggins has had to watch him. Up to Canberra again. This time Canberra rides the challenge of Rounsford. Then he goes down and he leads a free kick, and Canberra straight away on the attack. McCann's going to try and play this over the top towards him. Frantelet's lurking and he deals with it for now. Back to the keeper. Keeper does well and gets some decent distance on his clearance. McKenna again has looked very composed. Second game back from injury as Jenkins. Lovely work from him again. That's a lovely pass and a great ball forward looking for Canwa, and he's going to try and race onto it. He's Dean. Dean can pass it. He's offside. Canwa's going to put the ball into the bottom corner, and for the second time in two attacks, McDean is flagged just offside. I do believe, Ben, that I think if Canwa takes that on his own and Dean doesn't touch it, Leeds get away with that.
Yeah, they certainly do. And what a build-up play, by the way. Jack Jenkins, a little give and go, driving through midfield, and then his pass just to get Bobby Canwa away. You have to just say his touch just got away from ever so slightly. That's why Max Dean ran onto the ball, and the offside was the correct call, but if he had it done, what a goal that'd have been.
Yeah, Cresswell just given a free kick away here. A little soft, and don't think there's much intention behind it. He clipped the ankles, both players running for the ball. Anderson with a free kick. Set pieces is where Leeds have looked most vulnerable the last couple of minutes, last 10 or so. Conceded from that corner, so this would be a big moment in the game if Leeds can deal with this just before half time. Huggins and Canwa in the wall. Max Dean near the penalty spot. Everyone back for the Whites, trying to make sure this scoreline stays the same. Anderson's ball to the far post. He's far too strong. And that's exactly what Leeds will want to see. Appeal to Kennish. A couple of minutes of stoppage time. Two signalled as Dramé turns past Torre. It's not often that Dramé have this opportunity to get down the right flank, but Leeds are bursting forward. Dean's going to try and keep it in. Oh, he's unlucky. Sorry, it's McKinstry. And that's ever so unlucky. Just one touch, perhaps, a little bit earlier to keep it on inside the white line. What was impressive, though, was the white wall of 4 players in attacking positions, Ben.
It's no surprise, though, is it, Tom? As soon as that initial press has been beaten, that's when the boys know when they can go commit, they can get themselves forward. It's so good to see.
Yeah, McKinstry complained as Dean is adjudged to have fouled Torre. Francillet urging Newcastle to push further forward at centre half. Bradley Cross urging them further down the field. It's headed back. Dramé gets to the Gelhardt flick. He's going to try and go straight down the line. Dean looked to be offside again, and he is. Cresswell gets to it first. He finds Huggins. 30 seconds of stoppage time to go. Huggins looks as if he's going to try and find Gelhardt, but the channel for that pass was closed rather quickly. Jenkins, nice touch, but it was the right thing to do, but just couldn't keep it close enough to his body. Anderson goes past him again. He is the biggest threat for Newcastle. He takes them on. Dramé gets there before Torre, and look at the feet from Dramé as well. And now he goes past another one. Little shove. Can he keep the ball in Leeds' favour? Some battle this, and he's just going to decide that I've had enough of taking him on across the pitch. I'll knock it off the legs for a throw-in, and that is the end of the first half. Very entertaining. 4 goals inside the first 47 minutes. Gelhardt's cross from McCarran opened the scoring. McCarran's diving header made it 2. Then it was a foul on Huggins for a penalty. Gelhardt steps up and fired that into the bottom corner before Yannick Torre scored from a set piece. So that's the first 45 minutes covered. We'll back soon on LUTV for the second half. Welcome back then to LUTV's coverage of this PL2 clash, Newcastle United versus Leeds United. And the Whites are 3-1 to the good as we wait for the second half to get underway. The change we can definitely see so far is the number 17 shirt of Sam Greenwood. He looks primed and ready for 45 minutes to the middle after coming back from injury. So if you've just tuned in to LUTV, myself, Tom Hill, Ben Parker, bringing you all the action. McCarron has a brace, a finish from a Gelhardt cross, a diving header from a McKinstry cross, and Gelhardt's penalty after Huggins was brought down. Yannick Touré headed Newcastle's goal in to make it 3-1 as we just wait for the officials to get ready for this second half. We do need a ball, which is always useful. McKinstry, Dean, Greenwood, McCarron, Huggins all look like itching to get started. So, Ben, it was a really good first half. We touched upon Sam Greenwood as we ended the first 45 minutes, but from a Newcastle defensive point of view, just going to break off because I did think this. Greenwood has to be officially brought onto the pitch. Fourth official's not got his board ready. It's official now. Bobby Camler comes off for Sam Greenwood, Ben.
Thank you, fourth official, for making that happen. But it's not a bad sub, I suppose, is it? The player of the month, the guy just before his injury, bagging goals for fun, and his partnership with Joe Gelhardt resuming. So I thought Bobby Camler did really well in that first half, looked after the ball superbly, fought to try and get hold of the penalty. He must have known he was coming off at half-time, so he was thinking, right, I've only got 45 minutes to try and get hold of a goal. But I'm delighted to see Sam Greenwood back. Hopefully he can hit the ground running after his injury.
Yeah, I think it's crossed. It's another productive 45 minutes for him as Newcastle come forward. There's a clash in the box. Cresswell, shot comes in, and it's Drame that gets a touch to it. And well, the Newcastle player, I think it's Villa, appealing for a penalty. Cresswell was the player that went down with him. Newcastle can't score thanks to the right leg of Cody Drame that keeps the ball away from the Leeds goal. Albeit it did look very close for a second. Once this corner's taken, running through the two teams. Anderson with the ball to the far post, another header, and Francelet is the man that goes for goal, and he's very frustrated, and that's another warning sign for Leeds at set pieces. That's where they've looked vulnerable. So Newcastle go with Langley, Rounsfeld, Dummett, Saive, Francelet, Cross, Villa, Brockwell, Trialist, Anderson and Touré. The Whites today: Capriel, Drame, Huggins, Jenkins, Cresswell, Kenner, Dean, McKinstry, Gelhardt, McCarron and Greenwood. And the referee wants a word with young Max Dean and Ludwig Francelet. Something said off the ball, and Max Dean continues to be one of the key components of this team, playing above his age group. A player full of praise for at the weekend in the picture of the Crystal Palace. No goal just yet for him. That could change though. This player, another one that's stepped up to 23s with relative ease, knowing Kenner. Referee takes his time before deciding that is a Leeds throw-in.
You alright, mate? How you doing? What's happened? Was that? Number 9 for Leeds United. Right, hang on.
Touré. Dean gets a foot to the ball. For Dummett to take the throw. He's gone quickly, looking for the far post. His thumbs up from the forward, but Leeds, the team that deal with it, and inside the first few minutes in the first half, we'd already had a chance or two for Leeds. We had that free kick on the edge of the box, so Leeds perhaps need a 10-minute spell. But anyway, if they can't go and get a fourth, it is a game that Newcastle don't threaten themselves. Got to try and assert their dominance, get Greenwood into the game, and certainly make sure inside 10 minutes there's no Newcastle goal.
Well, again, I'm going to sound like a bit of a broken record. I said it on Sunday, having that 2-goal advantage coming into the second half against Crystal Palace. Got to start well, and just like we did against Crystal Palace, we haven't. We're on the back foot. Again, the set piece came in early doors for Newcastle, didn't deal with it. We're back into the box now.
Yeah, great tackle from Kenner, goes to ground, wins the ball off Anderson, who started with Touré being the main threat. I think Anderson's taking over. Really impressive Newcastle Academy player, but no, Kenner chops him down with the ball-winning tackle, and Leeds again, big opportunity mentally to just get a bit more confident if they can clear this at the first time of asking. Anderson once more, Krapil comes out, really good punch, and gets it to McCarron. McCarron does have Gelhardt on his inside, and he turns past his man. Now McCarron comes forward, looks for Gelhardt, finds him, and then Gelhardt can bring it down the left-hand side. McCarron's bursting forward on his inside. Gelhardt just kicks in a bit more pace, loops it to McCarron. Can they combine again? Oh, they can't, just wide. Lovely little flicked ball over the top. I think he got a touch to turn it away. But that duo, we keep saying, of course, it's such an important position, the number 10, to try and link up with partnerships. We've seen Gelhardt with Greenwood, and it's been the Gelhardt and McCarron combination today, Ben.
It certainly has. Blistering counter-attack, full of quality, full of pace, deserved a goal.
McKinstry's ball is a floater, it just about gets into the keeper's hands, and Dean tries to put the keeper under pressure and gets body checked for his troubles. Greenwood putting Francelet under pressure, and there is the example of how important it can be. Doesn't get the throwing to go Leeds' way, but again he doesn't give it an easy route towards the Leeds goal. Gets a touch to it as Gelhardt goes to ground. Out to Toure. Drame tries to stand him up again. Great work from Leeds in defence, and Drame's one-on-one defending is very sharp, and Dean rides the challenge, gives it to Drame, who's been body checked, so can't go for the immediate 1-2. Does stop his run and help McKinstry. Jenkins, beautiful ball out to the left. Huggins' first touch is even better. Now Huggins comes forward, tries to float it into the middle for McKinstry. Gelhardt's there for a helping hand. Huggins is going to go for the overlapping run. That's taken a Newcastle touch. And some of the football again, first class.
Well, this is more like it. Finally settling into his rhythm now in the second half. Kind of expected Newcastle to come out of the blocks firing. They certainly did that. But now a couple of times the build-up play, so good to see. Comfortable in possession. Firm man runners, excellent to see. And the Stewie doesn't like giving the ball back.
No, I think they're trying to interchange the ball at all times, which hopefully the players can switch on to, but the fact that Gelhardt's having to go get this is, you can probably tell, a little glaring look. He's not happy. Yeah, they are trying to swap the balls around at all times. He's got the ball down for the corner. Will be a left-footed outswinger. Jenkins lurking on the edge of the box. Dean will go near post. Cresswell and Kenner will be at the far post. There is Francelet. He's such a big man. He gets to the ball first and heads it away. So just regroup with Krapil in goal. Cody Drame's pass. To Cresswell. Cresswell goes with an ambitious ball over the head of Huggins, who does have his thumb up in the air. He appreciates the pass. Leeds concede the throw. Cresswell's adamant that should have been his ball. Leeds need to try and stay switched on here. They're too busy arguing with the officials. Anderson's backheeled the ball away. Here they come through midfield. Huggins steps up, sticks out the right leg. Newcastle ride the challenge. Dean goes in, so does Jenkins. Newcastle managed to get round Villa. Cresswell puts the block in. It's going to hurt though. That is going to hurt. Ben taking enjoyment from Charlie Cresswell's pain.
Don't know, every time you see a block like that, why is it always funny?
That is a seriously powerful shot from Villa as well. Had to come across Cresswell. A couple of, I won't say desperate lunges, Ben, but they were maybe a bit rushed, those tackles, those first two.
You always say as a defender when you're trying to put a block, don't fully commit because you easily can get chopped, and that's what we did. You're out of the game then. Just not got any control. Newcastle started bright in the second half. We've had a couple of spells where the counter-attack looked good. Now Newcastle again, trying to get back on top. You'll see a lot of control with our under-23s. Just haven't got that quite at the moment.
Yeah, Cresswell's good to continue as Drame tries to stop Torre getting to the edge of the box, and that's a bit better from Leeds. Forced a mistake. Huggins has to get rid of this if he can. Flicks it towards McCarron, but it's a weak pass, and now Save's got the ball. Newcastle on the counter. Lots of Leeds players having to rush back into the box. Villa across the face, and the pass needs to be a bit softer. And Gabriel comes out with a really timely save, and now Newcastle's bodies were charging forward, have to get back. McKinstry, that is a little rushed. Greenwood's going to try and cause a nuisance and get back. He's going to try and get to Anderson. Wrestling with it. These two are two competitive players. I must admit, every time I have seen Anderson play, I'm very shocked if he doesn't have a bright future in the game.
You know, really sharp. Operated as that number 10 role. Obviously, he's got the number 10 on his shirt. But this second half just drifted out onto this left-hand side, just picking up pockets of space. And he's dangerous when he gets in possession. Can go on both sides.
Yeah, Leeds will have to watch him throughout the next 40 minutes. Don't forget, Leeds have got a lot of players themselves that have got bright futures should they continue on the same trajectory. And you know, he's one of them in Cody Drame from Dean. Gets it back and now goes looking for a cross field. Huggins has tried to peel away. The pass isn't strong enough. Trying to force the mistake. Back it is with Cross. Francilet out to Rounsfell. Down to Villa. Rounsfell again. Once more it's with Cross. He comes to midfield. A bit more sustained pressure this from Newcastle. Keeping possession. Working the channels. Leeds have to try and stay switched on. And he comes out to let it try and stop Dummett. It's with Anderson again. Anderson tries to get past Jenkins, and Jenkins deals with him. Tries to backheel it. It's a bit needless. The shot comes in. It's a free effort. They should be scoring. Anderson kicks the floor in frustration. And Jack Jenkins did all the hard work. I was very pleased to see him take the ball off Anderson, Ben. But if he thought it was in a tight spot, just kick it back past the post and take the corner. The back heel was always going to be favouring Anderson should he get a touch to it.
You're right, Tom. Done everything right. Greenwood trying to get him behind here.
Oh, he's got a really good bit of pace, and Greenwood is offside. Gets one in on the keeper to just try and make sure he gets his range, but yeah, well, I wouldn't say it's arrogance from Leeds at times. They're a very confident bunch and just maybe a bit naive there with that clearance. But again, Jenkins had such a good game and such a good couple of games that he probably will feel he can do that and get away with it.
But what the young players do get taught in training, even those tight areas going back towards your own goal, don't kick out of play, keep possession. And sometimes you just got to see where you are in a game situation. But he's doing excellent there, Jack Jenkins, to win the ball back, but then give it away cheap yet again. Story of the second half.
Yeah, it's been a bit hit and miss so far for Leeds. Cresswell, good tackle up towards McCarron, who can't keep it in Leeds' possession, so Leeds have to go wide to retrieve it. Huggins trying to stop Villa. Here is Rounsfell. Anderson again turns Cresswell, but Cresswell's having none of that. Just flips him to the floor, and again Leeds really have to keep a close eye on the number 10, Elliot Anderson. He's going to take this latest free kick. Greenwood and Huggins in the wall. 57 minutes gone. Newcastle United 1, Leeds United 3. McCarron's brace, Gelhardt's penalty, and Touré's goal has got us to the scoreline we've got now. Remaining subs for Leeds: Van der Heuvel, Moore, Gibbon and Somerville. Anderson's free kick goes for goal. He's put too much power on it behind the goal. Kapil just watches it fly past his post. Oh, speak of the devil. And Somerville is ready to come into the fold. So another player that's back from injury. And a game that perhaps he could learn a thing or two in the next 30 or so minutes. And it is for Liam McCarron, who has had a good hour. 2 goals. First start, he's recovering from injury. And now a big opportunity, Ben, for Crescencio Somerville, who we were very quick to praise in the games we have seen him before his injury. He was good on the ball, but I thought his defensive work was just as impressive, to be honest with it. The work rate for a new player coming in, learning a new system, certainly not shying away from an area of his game that perhaps most wingers would not enjoy.
No, straight into the thick of the action now. His pass just a little bit too strong for Greenwood. No, but you're right. You've got to have both parts of your game. We've obviously seen what he can do attacking-wise, Somerville, but you mentioned his defensive duties. He's got to be all-round package if you play in that wide position. But just a word on McCarron. Mentioned at the start of the game, the guy who's had an injury layoff, get us a chance. Can you take it? Can you get in the mind of Mark Jackson? Well, 2 goals certainly helps that.
Greenwood's unlucky, tried to turn his man but couldn't do so. Torre with Dramé again. Dramé gets a touch to it, but it's only taken it into the path of Torre. It's worked out to Anderson. Across comes Jenkins. He's going to try and go onto his right foot, then his left. Then he goes without the ball. No, and Kenner gets the touch to the ball, forces him wide, and Leeds having to triple team Elliot Anderson, but it works wonders. Because of Anderson out of position, can make his way over halfway, but here he comes. Dramé, eyes in the back of his head, knows he's coming, but the return pass from McKinstry just not sharp enough, and Leeds give the ball away yet again. So in the transitions from defence to attack, Leeds just haven't been as sharp as they perhaps would like. Certainly in the second half, of course. First half, can't doubt that. Torre, Somerville clips in down the back of the ankle. It's going to hurt. Probably they've gone across to apologise. I guess he's had an hour to understand that Yannick Torre is one of the most dangerous players, so he's thought, I know what I can do. Mission 1 complete. Cross floats the ball over the top. Good header from Noah Kenner. He's had another really impressive game alongside Charlie Cresswell at centre half. Bounce beats McKinstry. Here is Torre. Kenner and Somerville for close company. So Dramé was the man putting the tackle in. Here is Greenwood putting the pressure in alongside Gelhardt as well. Huggins, does he get the throw in? He does. Newcastle's players are close to him, so he takes it quickly to go to Cresswell. Huggins, magnificent footwork from him, turns past 3 Newcastle players, takes them out of the game, as now it's worked out to Dean, who's gone on the left-hand side. Dean comes into the box, couple of step-overs, goes for goal. And the space was just narrowed down, but he's gone and retrieved it back into the box. It comes, and he wins a corner. And Max Dean continues to catch the eye, and it might not have been the prettiest once it broke down, Ben, but he rolls up the sleeves, goes and gets it, and wins his team another set piece.
Again, we spoke about him on Sunday against Crystal Palace, how tenacious he is, and exactly there, with Somerville coming on, he's gone on to the left-hand side, just trying to cut back onto his strong right foot, always trying to get on the score sheet. And we mentioned again against Crystal Palace how much it means to him. You see his celebrations, celebrates every goal like it's the winning goal in a World Cup final, so I'd be delighted to see him on the score sheet again.
Gelhardt has got 4 or 5 lead shirts in the box. Cresswell's got his arm aloft. He's probably going to be the main target. Floated, keeper gives the Greenwood the nudge, falls on the ball, goes into the goal, does it? And Leeds have been adjudged to have fouled him.
No one's touched him.
I'm not too sure about that. I think he just fell over. He's tried to push Greenwood. In doing so, he's knocked himself off balance and then dropped the ball.
No one's touched him at all. He just got caught out with the delivery. He wasn't the greatest of corners by any stretch of imagination. Just a nice little, not even a nice flow to, and just a horrible kind of flow to. And the keeper's got it all wrong, got his bearings all wrong, caught the ball and realised he's going to go back into his own goal, drops it, no Leeds player anywhere near him. And it should have just been a simple tapping, but the referees give a free kick for some reason.
Yeah, disappointment. Stan Flaherty comes on for Rodrigo Villa. Here's Cresswell, back to Kenner. And Kenner up to the right foot. Jenkins. Dramé. Back to Kenner now, and Leeds just taking their time a bit. Cresswell pointing further downfield that the pass was on. Decides to do it himself and whips it down the right touchline to Drama. He's got Somerville on his inside. He cuts it back. Deflection helps Somerville. Now he's got McKinstry on the edge of the box. He'll pick him out. He goes for goal. Takes a right-footed effort. Just too much power in it. And Sam Greenwood alongside. Just trying to remind Stuart McKinstry that he's on the pitch now. It's a tough one, that. Number 8, edge of the box. Bit of space to shoot. I think there's a lot of players that have done the exact same thing.
I just think he got his body shape correct. He was always leaning back. Just didn't really settle himself. But I was just about to say, you could see Mike Jackson just out of the shot, thumb in the air. That was to Charlie Creswell for the great diagonal pass to Curry Drama.
Gelhardt challenges with Dummett. Dummett doesn't like the tackle from Gelhardt, who just totally ignores what he's just said. Dummett on his way back for injury. Of course, he'll be back in the first team pitch, you think, at St James's Park once he has recovered fully. And all these Leeds players, that's the target for them, to be in those first team squads in the next few years. Jenkins from Cresswell has a bit too much time. Jenkins, from Newcastle's point of view, it's great for Leeds as Somerville gets it. He's going to try and drive his way towards the edge of the box, uses a couple of decoy runners but runs into trouble that time. And Gelhardt's coming again. It's another strong challenge, and Joe Gelhardt's tackling technique is going to be questioned here. The referee wants a word. I think it's a pretty fair call, really, Ben.
Yeah, yellow card. Mentioned in the first half where he kind of lunged in a little bit, got the ball, got away with that one. This time, just little fine margins. Sometimes you just miss the ball ever so slightly, a bit late arriving with the challenge. When you do that, you're going to get yourself a yellow card. So just be careful now. Last 25 minutes or so.
Yeah, Leeds do need to be careful. Second goal for Newcastle will really give them a lift, and if Leeds can put this one further in their grips, it's a little bit easier. Somerville's flagged offside. He has to be alert though, taking this free kick quickly. He smacks the ball off Torre, and it will be a Leeds throw-in. And another, Somerville dispossessed. Gelhardt could see the intention. Good job Jenkins was there to pick up the pieces. He apologised to Jenkins. I think he wanted that pass to be in front of Huggins, but not to be. Continues to tick Leeds through midfield though. Goes and retrieves the pass. That's another move. Cresswell's going to go crossfield again. Does love that ball, Charlie Cresswell. He's quite good at it as well, so does help. Somerville to Drame. Towards the bar line, low and hard. It's going to be steered away by Newcastle at the near post. Good interception was needed. Here's Anderson. Again, Kenner trying to stay with him. Goes to ground though, and Kenner wins the ball back. Oh, amazing work from Leeds United's number 6. And now he goes off on a little marauding run. Ball into Dean. Oh, he goes without it. And if he doesn't, he had a chance to go in on goal. Dean's picked the ball up. The keeper. That's another one for the keeper there, surely.
Tell you what, the keeper's all over the place at the moment.
Well, the referee to judge that he had a control of that and had it in both hands. Must have very big hands. That's all I'm going to say. Yellow card, I think, for Max Dean. He's a very passionate young player and perhaps has talked his way into the book. The referee certainly had his card in his hand as he gave the free kick, so can only imagine it was for him. Rami again, who we started off the first 10 minutes of the commentary saying how important it was that he stuck by the task, because Torre was getting the better of him inside the first 10 minutes. But it's the 10th game of the new season, whether it be the 21s or the 23s, and Kudadrame, as usual, Ben, just adapted. Took him 10-15 minutes. Now he's got the 50-50 duels. He's won an awful lot of them. He's attacked himself, and a very impressive performance from him.
You have to say he's shown his class longer this game's gone on. He's a real defender. Love how he goes about his work. But just leading to that kind of altercation with Max Dean and the goalkeeper, knowing Kenner in this far side superbly, keep the ball in play. then showed his vision to pick out Max Dean with a great pass.
Yeah, Dean's into the box again from Huggins' ball. Greenwood's dropped short. Somerville's gone towards the near post, and Greenwood's not happy again. Dean's going to try and wrestle the ball free. It's back to Huggins. It's going to go out to McKinstry. McKinstry's into the box. Back to Dean. He's trying to play it a bit quicker now. Huggins floats it towards the far post. Somerville jumps up really high, trying to get it into the top corner. He's unlucky there. It's certainly dynamic for a winger. He likes to put himself in the mix and get into those good positions. And I like to see Sam Greenwood moaning. As a number 9, he hasn't had a free shot yet, and he's not happy about it.
Well, each to their own, Tom, whatever you're into. If you like him to be doing that's great. And I'm with you, to be honest, because this just shows he's hungry. He's missed a lot of football. I would say to Sam Greenwood, when you're moaning, don't be hiding behind defenders, though. Be on the move. Make yourself be available just for that little pull back.
Yeah, try and make the shouts a bit more constructive as well. Then I'm sure Leeds will pick him out. They've done so all season. This man Jenkins will certainly try and do that. He's got a little bit caught there on possession, a bit lazy. Bit of a flick pass. He's going to try and retrieve it. And Ivy in the middle. Gelhardt with him. Those two had a great battle in the first half. Gelhardt hasn't had too much of the ball in the second. Newcastle go long. Kenner. Caprile gives the shout. Anderson comes in. He goes down in the box. Kenner gets to it, but I think the referee has decided enough. And that is going to be a penalty. And Eli Caprile has been unable to watch that ball come down safely. And Newcastle have got him behind and they've won a spot kick. And with the player going down, but I'm not sure that Leeds can have too much of a complaint.
I have to say, my first kind of reaction was a penalty, but yeah, it's just so comical, is that. Obviously, he's given the shout, knowing Kenner's ducked under the ball, so he's done the right thing, communicating to his centre half. When he does that, he's got to take control of the situation. He's got to collect that ball, lets it bounce. Like I say, it just looks comical. Big chances for Newcastle to get back in it.
Yeah, saw plenty of times. It will be Anderson, Newcastle's best player so far today, to try and beat Eli Caprile, who was at fault for it. And Melier last year was a bit of a penalty-saving specialist. We've not had too many for Caprile to make a name for himself. He looked across at the ref and just tries to steady himself, readjust the gloves. Can he keep Leeds 2 goals in front? Goes the other way, and he goes to the right side this time, Anderson, of Caprile, and fires it into the far corner. And it's just going away from Caprile. Every time it's spinning towards goal, Ben. It's a good penalty, and this time Newcastle get the goal they're looking for. Newcastle United 2, Leeds United 3. And it's creeping into a bit more nervous territory now for Leeds.
Yep, game on. From being 3-0 up, cruising. Should easily see the game out from that position. Back to 3-2. Like I say, it's just going to be nervy now. We just need to settle down. Newcastle are going to be flying forward, pressing every opportunity you can imagine. We've got to be able to be strong enough mentally, physically, to be able to deal with that, but also have the quality as well.
Yeah, mentally is a good point, really. Got to stay composed. Couple of cards Leeds have had, and can't afford to let their frustrations get the better of them, as Jenkins here gives a free kick away, albeit quite a soft one, but Newcastle are going to be looking for these soft free kicks now. McKinstry's got something to say about it, and Leeds can't let their frustrations get the better of them. There's a couple of Newcastle players free on the right-hand side. They've decided to go for the gung-ho approach. Anderson's been told to drop back and take this, and up comes Francelet and Bradley Cross. Paul Dummett's making his way into the area as well, so Newcastle are going to go a bit more route one this time. They've had joy from it, as out comes Eli Caprile again. Under the high ball, he's very, very impressive. He'll be very annoyed at himself for, as Ben said, giving the shout. As now Greenwood wants the ball from Somerville. He's slightly behind him, Greenwood, and it's a fair tackle from Newcastle. It's another one that's perhaps got away from Leeds. A little bit sharper. And Greenwood's through on goal, as here comes Torre trying to get past Drame. Drame shows him inside a little, but unfortunate with the tackle. McKinstry trying to slow him down any means necessary, and he forces a poor pass, and Huggins nips in. He now has Gelhardt on his inside. Greenwood's gone for down the channel, and he's unlucky there. Sam Greenwood, he makes the run. Huggins sees it, can't ask for much more. Greenwood. Anderson's beating Drame to the ball, and again the Newcastle threat comes forward. He's into the Last 25 yards towards goal, keeps it back to Dummett. Somerville's got to be a bit quicker to get back. It's a free header from Torrey. It's knocked back to the edge of the box. It's Flaherty into the area, he comes across the face, and Kenna's turned it in. I think it does look like it's Noah Kenna's goal, and the goal has been given. And Newcastle United have scored 2 goals inside 3.5 minutes to make this all square. 3-3, Ben.
I didn't think you'd be saying those words, Tom, to be honest. When we got that 3rd goal, I was fully expected to see the game out comfortably, playing with quality, playing with confidence. And for it to be 3-3, it's, well, disappointment's just an understatement, to be honest. We shouldn't be in that situation. No one has got no chance there. It's the build-up play that kills us in the end. And for a game that we should be winning comfortably, for it to be 3-3, to be honest, I'm just a bit shocked about it, to be honest. We shouldn't get into this situation. We should learn as lessons from previous games when we've had leads and we've been pegged back. And Matt Jackson, he must be shell-shocked on the sidelines, but the key thing is there's still plenty of time left in this game. But we've got to do all the hard work yet again to try and find a winner.
The Leeds are just perhaps hoping in the last final third they're a bit more consistent. They haven't had, I guess, 5-6 minutes of sustained pressure. It's been in little fits and bursts, and when Newcastle have gone down the Leeds end, they have got the goals they wanted. Leeds now have to just stop riding the wave. Newcastle, 2 players, potential handball, that they've managed to get the ball forward. Kenna's going to try and get back as Henry Saive kicks on. Kenna does get the touch to it, and again, I feel very sorry for him to say, Benny, for him to stop that ball from going in is near on impossible. He has had another good game. I know it, perhaps with 3 goals conceded, it might sound the defence has not had the best of days, but individually he has played very well. As Anderson's going to take this corner short. Leeds just switched off for a second. Flaherty is on as a sub, and he's made a big difference. Leeds to try and push out here. Cresswell sitting a bit deep. Ball back in. Gelhardt gets a touch to it. Out comes Greenwood. Anderson will try and run at him. Anderson's beaten him. Now can't bring him down. He's going to go for goal. Joe Gelhardt comes across and stands him up and makes sure there's another corner, but Leeds to try and get their key players, their creative players on the ball, because I'm not saying Newcastle don't have any other tactic, but it's pretty apparent that a lot of the time they just want to give the ball to Anderson. He's the best player they have.
He has a good tactic as well, but we just need to regather. We need the leaders within that team to get people together. We've got to see this period out.
Anderson goes towards the far post, chance towards goal. McKinstry's missed the clearance. Leeds can't panic and give a free kick or a penalty away. It's out to Cresswell, it's hit Kenna. Newcastle will appeal for handball, but knowing Kennett's a yard away and can't react to move his body as Dean tries to put the pressure on Rounsfell. Leeds now with McKinstry. Can someone tell him he has a bit of time to pass? He can. Huggins, great footwork, wins a free kick, advantage played, and now Dramé gets to the ball. Somerville's going to go on the overlap. It's a cross that's taken early. Plenty of Leeds shirts were in there. Dean, Greenwood. Jenkins is under immense pressure, has to take a touch to nip away from the substitute Stan Flaherty, and he does that. McKinstry's under immense pressure once more, and Newcastle have everybody behind the ball, but it's working for them. Conceded a throw in here though. Dramé just nearly falls over the ball, gives it away. He's annoyed at himself, and again Matt Jackson has Ben's highlighted a few times, just trying to encourage his players. Anderson again, Kenna trying to stop him. He's given him a bit too much space. Kenna's gone back for a second challenge on him. Anderson gets a touch to the ball. Referee does the right thing, doesn't give the free kick, and that's forced a mistake. Defensively, Ben, how would, if you were out there today, again we have mentioned for so many months now how good Leeds' players are, but you have got to respect when you come up against a team like Newcastle that clearly have attacking outlets that are very strong, and it's quite hard, isn't it, to just focus on one player, because if you let your guard down and let another player come into the game, but they seem like they're defensively just maybe losing a little bit of a grip on this on Anderson. And is it better to try and take him out of the game a little bit, maybe draw a few fouls?
I just think you just got to work as a collective unit. That's all you got to do.
Break off for Somerville, ball into Greenwood. It's nearly going to get to him. And Greenwood's got his head in his hands. He's frustrated. That tells you, you can hear Ben alongside me saying what a chance, but Greenwood's reaction tells you just how close and probably better he should have done.
It's one of those chances where it's kind of obvious as a striker you've been out injured for a number of weeks, because just loses a bit of concentration at the vital moment. Great delivery from Somerville, and he's open 6 yards out, and I'd have put my mortgage on it, Tom, just before his injury. He'd have buried that, would Sam Greenwood. But like I say, a period out of the game, you can be match fit, you can be doing all the kind of runs with the physios to get you ready to be playing. But it's those little mental concentration levels you can't really reenact unless you play more minutes, more games. He'll be disappointed with that, Sam Greenwood. What an opportunity.
Yeah, fortunate for Greenwood as Jenkins' pass is just too far in front of Niall Huggins, and Leeds concede a throw-in. No free kick given by the ref as Jenkins just gives Anderson a little shove, and now it's out towards the left hand side for Torre. He's got past Drame, across. Drame nips in with a very important tackle, still not fully clear. He'd have to just try and compose himself, and Kenner takes control. Drame stands out of his way, and Greenwood just gives a nudge to the Newcastle player, and the free kick's taken, but you can tell the intensities with Newcastle. They're taking quick free kicks. Out to Anderson once more. Drame tries to force him wide. Somerville's going to come and help him out. Newcastle's pass is wayward, and it's going to be a Leeds throw-in into the final 10.5 minutes. Just joining us, you've missed goals 2 from McCarran, who has been replaced a few moments ago. Gallhart's penalty, Torre's header gave Newcastle a chance. Gallhart's upended by Dummett, and since then Anderson scored from a penalty and Noah Kenner own goal. And Dummett is going to go into the book for a foul on Joe Gallhart. Newcastle changes, just been made. It's Harry Saive that's come off.
Substitution by Newcastle United at number 4, Henry Saive, replaced by number 15,
He's take the free kick. Very rushed. Jenkins has got to be quick, and it was Florence Indelacia that's come onto the pitch for Newcastle. So another change for the Magpies as Leeds come forward with Huggins. Big moment in the season as well, Ben, because of course with Middlesbrough at top of the table, Leeds level on points, played a game more. Big win would have put Borough under pressure, so 10 minutes to go and find a victory that would be a big morale boost ahead of a week off with the international break. Mentally, and it's such a big boost for Leeds as Cresswell has to get up from the floor. Jenkins beaten in the air, and now here comes Indelacio out to Torre. Again running at Drame. Leeds need more supporting runners. He's back into the new sub, but he has a shot towards goal, and it's a poor effort. Speaking about mental concentration with Greenwood, that's another opportunity where perhaps not warmed up into the game and not ready to fire on all cylinders, and Leeds will take that because I think everybody expected the overlapping pass, Ben.
Yeah, you could see Anderson, who was trying to get on the overlap, this time gone inside. And you have to say, big chance to at least test Capriel out. Thankfully, he'd only been on pitch for a matter of moments, just probably not warmed up correctly. And the shot was probably a bit like one of mine on my right foot, to be honest.
Ball was out towards Drame. Good first touch to bring it under control. Indelacia is trying to put him under pressure, and now it's out towards Huggins. He's got McKinstry down the line. He's perhaps need to just go through the channels a bit quicker, trying up the tempo, slow Newcastle down back into their own half, and do a bit more running defensively. And here is Somerville again. Floats the cross looking for Huggins. Newcastle have let him run free. Now can Huggins nip onto his right foot and have a shot towards goal? He can do the former. Here is McKinstry. He turns past his man, gets a second chance to pull the trigger, and it's a poor pass to Greenwood. And I thought it opened up quite nicely for McKinstry to wrap his foot around it. Not done though, and Drame flies in with a tackle. Sort of epitomising what Leeds need. The Newcastle player concedes the throw-in, but that's what you want from Leeds. A bit more quicker in the tackle bed, a bit more pace on the passes.
Yeah, last few moments we're just starting to get a bit more control of this match. Seem to have rode that storm where Newcastle got those two quick goals. But what I'd like to say is get Joe Gellhart on the ball a lot more. I don't think we've done that in the second half. It's been a bit quiet, and we know when things go through him, he makes things happen. But keep giving the ball away cheap. You're not going to get that fourth goal.
Here comes Cresswell. Good defending from him. Here's Gellhart. He's got Anderson behind him, but he's quick and gets it away. Here's Kenner to Jenkins, who's just popping up in between the two Newcastle forwards. And to Somerville. Kenner again. He's got Cresswell at left centre half. He has got Huggins on the touchline. He hasn't got the curl on that pass, but a bit of bounce into Huggins' path. He is very quick. He has got to it. And he gives Leeds a throw-in. So while it wasn't the best pass from Kenner, it worked out in Leeds' favour. Greenwood comes short for the throw. That's not where Leeds want him there. They need him in the box, ready to try and pounce. He'd have to wait for another ball now. Only one runner in Gellhart at the minute. Goes for a second attempt. Dispossessed. To Jenkins. Shot's going to come in from Dean. He goes early. He's down the throat of the keeper. But I don't mind that, Ben. He took a touch. It was opened up for him, and he hasn't had an opportunity in the second half. So maybe try to outfox the keeper early doors.
Exactly. Why not? Fell for him nicely. 25 yards out. Just probably didn't get the connection he wanted on the ball though.
Leeds do well there because both centre backs for a second were high up the defensive line, ball over the top, and they'd have been in behind Newcastle. So Leeds do well to recover. As Jenkins goes across, it's another brilliant ball out towards now Huggins. He's got McKinstry behind him. Huggins is going to go for the byline, whips it to the far post. There's just too much on it for an immediate shot, but it will fall to Crescencio Somerville. He makes his way towards the Newcastle box. Can he get past Paul Dummett? The answer is no. And Dummett tries to clear it off his legs, and eventually Newcastle get away with it with Toure. Goes past Gellhart, walks into Drame though. Referee's going to give a free kick, is he? Yes, he is. Leeds get the call from the official. 4 minutes to go. That's of normal time. Of course, we've had a couple of subs and good few goals in today's game, so we might get a bit of stoppage time as Jenkins tries to go early. Has that hit a hand? Referee said nothing in it. McKinstry, it might fall to Dean again. Dean goes early, keeper makes a mess of it. Is it just going to spin back to him? It does. Matt Jackson flaps the air in frustration. I don't like to single opposition players out, Ben, because they're only youngsters. They've, of course, got a lot of time to develop, but if you were on the pitch, surely you'd see confidence from the last 3 or 4 saves the keeper's had to make, where he nearly conceded an own goal, flapped at a ball that won a free kick which we thought was dubious, and now that one nearly hits the side of the hip and rolls over the back of his head. Yeah, we haven't done that anywhere near like we wanted to do as much in the second half by testing him out. Just haven't got into the areas, but last 4 or 5 minutes certainly trying to force the pace, trying to force the issue, and this man on the ball, he's been the outlet ball in that kind of spell. Yeah, he has been Leeds' main threat down the wings today. He's just unlucky there. He just maybe tries to be a bit fancy as Cresswell nips in. Newcastle were adamant that was a handball. Referee says let's just play on as Gellhart gets it. Again, he's working in tight spaces. He gives the ball away. Toure not brought down. Greenwood's going to have to work overtime here because Leeds are stretched, and Greenwood does just that. And Sam Greenwood makes a typical striker's challenge that Yannick Toure is not happy about, and a couple of pushing and shoving and a few players getting involved. The referee just going to try and let this cool off. I'm going to say they're both going to get yellow card. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the best tackle. No, it wasn't. But the tackle was a yellow card, that's it. But
for Torre, he doesn't need to do that, doesn't have to have that reaction. And Greenwood's kind of done well to keep his cool, because sometimes you see that where the heads go in and a little bit of contact and easily a red card. So look, both yellow card. As we always say, it's on a bit of handbags.
Yeah, I mean, good to see a bit of passion. Greenwood gets the card. And it's trying to say, well, without a challenge I wouldn't have reacted, but referee does right thing there. He just gives the call. Referee is going to try and tell Somerville to move further back here, because Newcastle's big boys are up. Torre is one of them, and the big Francelet is another. Anderson the taker. Leeds have to stay switched on here, just the 2 minutes to go. Cresswell is marking Francelet, and the two having a bit of a shoving match in the box. Referee's got his eye on this. Ball comes in, out comes Eliaka Bill. Gets a good hand to it, brings it under control, and now can Leeds counter it. It's a very good throw, looking for the run of Greenwood, and the pass isn't the best for Newcastle. They're going to concede. They're throwing deep in their own half, and that's what you want to see from your keeper. If he's going to come out, do the job. And it's frustrating, because Eliaka Bill's probably made one mistake all season, and it's come in this game which made it 3-2.
Yeah, at least has been positive, put that mistake behind him. And also you can see for a young goalkeeper, sometimes you see where the mistake plays on the mind, affects the performance, but shows good signs, shows good mental capabilities from him.
Yeah, Gelhardt wanted the ball, and I think he wanted an overlapping runner, but nobody was going to get to that, even if they had set off on the run. So straight back into Dan Langley, who balls this out towards Francelet. That pass clips the heels of McDean, who again has had another tireless working game on that left-hand side in the second half. Was on the right-hand side the first, and under-18s player stepping up, doing very well. Big moment for both teams now, next couple of minutes, stoppage time included. Can we go and get a winner from Leeds' point of view as Cresswell goes down? No free kick given, despite looking like he was clipped from behind. Somerville to Jenkins. That's a Cresswell who might have to go back down that channel, but again he goes towards Eliaka Bill, and Leeds will want him to spread their play. Kenner is the man that goes wide. Into Jenkins again. Cresswell needs a little bit deep here, would like to be a bit further downfield, so Cresswell decides to go for the jiggler and go long. Pass is intercepted though, so because Leeds have got so many bodies forward, now they're under immense pressure. Ball out to the right, it is with Flaherty, goes for goal, and he's put the ball into the bottom corner, and Charlie Cresswell's misplaced pass has been punished. Leeds United have fallen 4-3 behind as 4 minutes of time have been added on, and Stan Flaherty stepped off the bench to get a goal, Ben. And it really is a tale of two halves, this game. First half in total control, looking very good, and second half conceded 3 goals.
Well, I'm sat here gutted, deflated, borderline kind of angry with the performance, letting them back in, 3-0 up, 4-3. So I'd hate to think what Mark Jackson's thinking stood on the touchline. We've just been the architect of his own downfall, and always talk about lessons for the under-23s, for our young players. There's no greater lesson than this match, in my opinion. Sometimes you have to go through these difficult games, difficult situations to kind of learn and come out better on the other side, but we shouldn't be 3-0 up and lose a game. And that's the most disappointing thing. It's almost like we've just switched off, thought it was too easy at times. And the second half performance has been nowhere near the levels that Mark Jackson demands. He must be absolute fuming on the touchline. And he'll let the players know, definitely. But like I say, it's all down to our mistakes, our sloppiness, our naivety at times. And like I say, we shouldn't be 3-0 up and lose the game 4-3. Nowhere near that.
Yeah, it's a big lesson to be learnt for Leeds. If they can end the game on a high, they need a goal. Jenkins gives the ball away. Drame flies in another timely tackle and slowly gets to his feet. No wonder he's slow to get up. He continues to work overtime for Leeds, and it's no surprise to see Paul Dummett take an age to come and take this throw in. It's what Leeds would do if they were 4-3 to the good in this position. Leeds need to pounce when he eventually gets it back in play. And he gets it. Does run into trouble, Kuradrami. Kenner trying to pull the ball along. And again, Newcastle are preparing to send on Jude Swales, and Leeds have probably noticed that and taking it quickly. Jenkins just rolls it back to Caprile. He wants a wide runner again. It's with Kennett. Leeds at the wrong end of the field there. Now Jenkins, one of the men that can really deal with things and get them going through the gears. Gelhardt leads it to Somerville. Somerville uses his run and comes forward. Greenwood points that he wants it in behind. Somerville delays the pass and doesn't release it. It's perhaps the only time he had to ping the ball in behind to Greenwood. A minute to go. Leeds will hope that Newcastle don't have time for that sub, which would kill all momentum they can try and build. Newcastle, I'm sure, will try and bring a foul and caught a free kick, as there is Greenwood, worked out to Gelhardt. Can these two combine once more? Gelhardt runs into trouble, goes down. Well done, it might just launch this long. Looking by Drame, McKinstry misses the touch. Newcastle thump it further downfield. Now it's a foot race between Cresswell, Kenner and the Newcastle forward. Caprile wants wide runners once more. Leeds might get one throw of the dice, 20 seconds to go. Cresswell thought about the long crossfield pass, decided against it. Jenkins to Gelhardt again. Torres coming across to try and take him out. It's with Drame. He whips it towards the far post for Huggins. Huggins, Jenkins trying to slowly get into a range for a potential pass. Huggins needs somebody. Nobody comes. And now Cresswell's going to have to go over there and help out. Now Cresswell's on a powerful run, but he's kicked it out of play. And that pretty much could be that. Referee looks over his shoulder. We are going to get the final change. And Jude Swales' job is to just delay the game as much as possible, come into the field of play, and he'll probably be lucky to get a touch. The sub. Newcastle's challenge for the day comes off. And Swales makes his way straight back into the middle of midfield, trying to tighten things up Newcastle. We did get one of the goals in stoppage time, so we might get a little bit extra as Torre comes forward, but the ball is not where Leeds want it. Here's Flaherty, floats it to the far post. Drama's going to see that one away. As far as Somerville. Drama take control. Now can Leeds get into a good spot? Somerville once more. Referee is going to carry on playing the game, and Somerville goes down the line. It's going to be played off the Newcastle player. They need to be quicker here. Getting to Jenkins. Huggins is on the left. That pass has to be perfect. Huggins' touch is not, and perhaps didn't need to be that pass to be in the air, but that's it. Newcastle have produced a fabulous comeback to get the 3 points. Leeds United very disappointed, and a big lesson learned. So they went into a 2-0 lead through a goal from Liam McCarron with his left foot and a header. Then Gelhardt's penalty put Leeds 3-0 to the good. Torre's header gave Leeds something to think about defensively in the first half before two errors. Caprile with a penalty, Anderson slotted, Kenner's own goal, and then a late finish from Flaherty. So Leeds disappointed in his West Brom next up on the 23rd of November.